The brain wiring game is an activity aimed at sensitizing audiences to the significance of early brain development and highlighting the profound impact of loving relationships, toxic stress, and adverse childhood experiences on brain development. The game requires some space, a few participants, a ball of yarn about 150 meters each, and brain development posters. The game can be played by 10 to 14 participants with equal male and female representation. Half the participants stand in a circle and give one of them a ball of yarn. The participants can use one hand to hold the yarn and the other hand to throw the yarn. The goal is to throw the yarn to each participant in no specific order until the facilitator asks to stop. In the first round, the facilitator should play a very open, supportive, and appreciative role. There should be no rules or restrictions. The facilitator should encourage everyone to participate. He or she is not allowed to shout, scold, or get upset. If any participants drop the ball, he or she should motivate and encourage them to continue playing. After 5 minutes, the facilitator can ask the participants to stop and instruct everyone to put down the yarn that they are holding in their hand. When the participants put down the yarn, it will resemble a crisscross mesh connection. In the second round, the facilitator will set some rules. The game will be played only for 5 minutes. The participants are not supposed to drop the yarn more than 3 times, and the game must be played at a faster pace. If someone drops it, call, shout, and express disappointment. For example, "This is so bad, you can't even hold it properly." The facilitator can also ask the participants to increase the speed. After 5 minutes, the facilitator can ask the participants to stop and instruct everyone to put down the rope that they are holding in their hands. When the participants put down the yarn, it will resemble a crisscross mesh connection. After the second round, ask the participants to observe and comment on the thickness of the mesh. There are 3 scenarios that may arise. Based on the thickness of the mesh, the questions asked should differ. If the mesh in the first round is thicker than the mesh in the second round, you can ask questions such as, which mesh is thicker and why? What is the difference between the first and the second round? Usually with practice, one gets better. So a better result was expected in the second round, right? But that was not the case. Why? If there is not much differences in the mesh density or thickness, then the facilitator can ask which round was more enjoyable for them and why. In which round are they more likely to express themselves? What will happen if they are continuously exposed to the second round for a longer period of time? If the mesh is thicker in the second round, the facilitator can ask if they can produce similar results if they are continuously exposed to such situations. Which round made them more likely to be happy and why? To conclude the game, a few general questions can be asked to all the participants and observers. What can we learn about childhood development from the game? What should be the behavior of parents and caregivers? Which scenario is more conducive for child development and why? In which scenario would a child be more likely to express himself or herself, explore and experiment more, and why? After feedback, the participants should be thanked for their participation and are asked to take their seat.